A convicted sex offender is now charged with victimizing another child.
Glendale Clark was arrested last month, the day after the KSL investigators reported he was not in compliance with Utah's sex offender registry.
KSL investigator Daniela Rivera reports one woman says the latest case against Clark is an example of failure to protect the public.
I feel like they're letting him slip through the cracks.
For years, Laura Bronson says she's watched as the state has failed to keep track of 39-year-old Glendale Clark.
He's just in and out and in and out, and so you're happy when he goes in, and then you're shocked when he goes out, and you're scared, and I'm scared.
Bronson says in 2015, she had a child with Clark before learning he's a sex offender, convicted in 2004 of raping a child in Louisiana.
He would choke me and put his hands over my mouth and, put pillows over my face until I would just let him stay, and this abuse cycle would just start over and over and over.
In 2016 in Utah, Clark was arrested for domestic violence, aggravated assault. He avoided serving time in prison with a plea deal, but public records show he's been booked in and out of the Salt Lake County Jail alone 11 times since 2015.
He has wiggled his way out of everything.
KSL investigators reported new charges against Clark last month, aggravated sexual abuse of a child. He was listed on the registry as non-compliant and location unknown. Provo police arrested Clark the next day, taking him into custody to face the new sexual abuse charges and another charge of failing to register as a sex offender.
He has a history of either failing to appear or being combative or interfering with arrest.
During his initial court hearing last week, Clark's attorney noted another case against him was dropped last year after he was found incompetent to stand trial, but said now his competency seems to have been restored.
When I met with him last week, he was coherent. I could have a discussion with him about the case. I could have a discussion with him about his circumstances.
He asked the court to release Clark again to avoid a similar outcome.
I'm very concerned that he's not receiving the very intensive mental health treatment that he needs to continue having at the Utah County Jail.
The mother of the victim in the new case, a girl 10 years old at the time of the reported crime, urged the judge to keep Clark behind bars.
She needs to get verification that something is being done because she was brave and she stuck up for herself and she spoke out.
The judge set bail at $20,000.
Under our system of justice, Mr. Clark is presumed innocent of the charges.
Bronson isn't involved in the latest case pending against Clark, but she watched this court hearing online, worried and wondering what will happen this time.
At what point does the responsibility also lay on the Utah justice system for this kid getting potentially or allegedly molested? I've been screaming at the top of my lungs like he's not safe.
Clark is one of nearly 200 sex offenders whose location was listed as unknown last month. Our team has requested his history of compliance with the state's registry from Utah's Department of Corrections. Tonight, the registry lists more than 400 sex offenders as non-compliant. Mike and Dini?
Daniela, thank you.